Uncle Alvin got his first buck. You know how old Uncle Alvin was when he got his first buck? 43. And aside from being the family idiot that he is, and I don't think anybody will disagree with me there,
it was nuttier than squirrel turds.
It says here, Alvin shot himself a 6-pointer, which happened to be sniffing up around the back of the 2-holer at the time Alvin happened to be in it, which made Alvin, at the embarrassing late age of 43, the oldest Soady in the history of the Soadies to bag a buck. Signed, his brother, Albert Soady. Pop, how old am I? Pop?
43.
Holy wow. Holy was, right. That means if I come up empty this year, I will be the oldest Soady in the history of the Soadies never to bag a buck.
So there it was, staring us right in the hairy eyeball. We took a lot of time to try and figure out a way to keep Ruben off the wrong end of the record books. But the thing about hunting is, you can plan and plan and plan. Sometimes it's just out of your hands. And that November of 1989 was out of our hands more than we knew.
What was that?
That was a light.
That was a light.
Might have been a sighting.
It was a sighting. We seen a sighting. We seen a sighting, Pop.
Now, if you're going to spend any time at all up in the UP, you need to know about the UFOs. Okay? They do. They exist. I saw my first one back down in the Park River about 1961. It was this silver light going across the sky. A little while later, there were 2 more, just whoosh, whoosh. Like that. Kind of cool to see, but a little freaky. Now, I got to tell you, Bud McGinnis saw one, or at least said he saw one, flying over his boathouse a while back, and he was afraid they was going to take him. But frankly, if you knew Bud McGinnis, you'd understand why they passed. Jimmer Nagami from Menominee, he was a different story. Jimmer saw one of these silver cylinders, and they abducted him. They took him for a whole weekend. And I got to tell you, when they brought him back, there was a few things about Jimmer that were a little different. First of all, he could drink like a fish. Second of all, was the way he talked. It was different. Very different.
My sugar sheet.
What?
My sugar sheet.
It's what, Jimmer? What, Jimmer? What?
My sugar sheet.
The Chevy took a shit. Where's the Chevy at, Jimmer? Give me a beer. Incoming. There you go. There you go.
Shoulder.
It is cold.
Shoulder. Shoulder.
Shoulder? Colder. Colder. There's a cooler of ice cold blue in the back of my truck. Go. Cold beer. Cold beer. Cold beer's coming there, Jimmer. Just calm down, eh?
I'd never seen him like this.
I know. It's like you seen a ghost or something. You didn't see a ghost, did you, Jimmer?
My Chevy. Sugar sheet.
You Chevy. It's a Chevy took a shit. Right, Jimmer. We know. Ruben!
Oh, man.
I'm coming. Here it is. Let's move. The shotgun. The Jimmer wants a shotgun. You want the shotgun, Jimmer? I'm going to give you a shotgun, Jimmer. Call it up.
Make sure he's got a clear passage first.
Like I'm looking down a mine shaft.
Ready? Aim. Fire.
There you go. Take it on. There you go. Okay. Oh, there you go, Jimmer. Oh, there. You better? You better now?
What a whiskey chaser!
A whiskey chaser? The Jimmer wants a whiskey chaser! On the porch. On the porch.
Now, the Jimmer becomes something of a legend. And not because he's been abducted, but because we get 2 or 3 of those a year.
Here you go.
It was his capacity to drink that made him famous throughout all the watering holes in the UP. Folks down at the Porcelain Bus compared him to the late, great Kimo Hamona of Copper Harbor, who could drink any and all things put in front of him, including that bowl of bilge water from the Scandinavian barge, God rest his soul. Jim from Menominee was cut from the same piece of cloth.
This tastes so shabby. I mean, it's so shabby. I'm actually going to burn some of my subjects.
Jim, where's your car at?